What's going on, you guys? UFC is back this weekend. We got Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway. We got Robert Whittaker, Bobby Knuckles versus Hamzat. And it's going to be a banger. That's the main and co-main. And I just came across this video that I wanted to tune into, but I decided I'm going to watch it with you guys, my subscribers on YouTube. And the title of this is on Reddit, UFC Reddit. It says, I would make Islam suffer a lot, too much. And this caught my attention because, one, Ilia says some wild things, right? But so far he hasn't lost in the UFC, so a lot of people hate on him because he's so cocky, but it's like he kind of has a little bit of that McGregor to me, where he goes out there, he says wild things, but he goes out there and does it. So it's like, I don't know, man. Maybe he's got something cooking with these crazy comments. But it also caught my attention because it's Islam. Like, Islam is the guy right now. Pound for pound, number one. He's good in every aspect. He's got the insane grappling, but he's also got the striking. His mentality is always on point. No BS, no games. He doesn't really talk smack. Just goes in there and gets the job done. So it's wild to have someone so stoic as Islam, but now you got someone who's so wild and reckless and goes out there and he calls it like it is. And a guy like Topuria, it's wild to see the two clash. Like, pretty interesting. It's kind of similar to McGregor versus Khabib. Like, Khabib was the stoic guy. It's like nothing can faze him. But if anything can faze him, it would be a guy like Conor, who's just brash. He's mean. He's harsh. He's gonna call it and go out there and do it. Like, interesting. But Ilia's not to that level. He's just extremely cocky. But anyways, I'm gonna stop yapping and let's get into the video. Put my headphones in. All right, y'all ready?
Represento un estilo que él sabe que lo vencería. Él sabe.
Sorry, let me restart this.
Para Islam yo represento un estilo que él sabe que lo vencería. Él sabe porque yo conozco muy bien de dónde él viene. Cuando era pequeño y participaba en los campeonatos de la lucha grecorromana, he compartido muchos campeonatos con muchos daguestaníes, sé cómo funciona su proceso de pensamiento, sé su nivel de técnica, su nivel de fuerza, sé qué es lo que les molesta, qué es lo que no les molesta, los conozco muy bien. Entonces, para mí, yo te lo digo, aunque parezca una pelea muy difícil, lo haría sufrir muchísimo, muchísimo a Islam, demasiado. Soy un tipo que tiene una preparación física impecable, que en el quinto asalto estoy igual que en el primero y represento una amenaza en cualquier segundo del combate. Un estilo al que nunca jamás en la vida Islam se ha enfrentado ni jamás se va a enfrentar, a no ser que se enfrente a mí. Entonces yo por eso digo que es que ahora mismo no hay nadie que me pueda hacer sombra.
Wow, I like it, man. I like it. Ilia is... hate him or love him, he is great for the sport. Just another one of those Conor McGregor type guys who just, you could tell, he believes in himself through and through. But the difference between him and McGregor is Ilia is good everywhere. And it sounds like a crazy statement, like that he's the only one that can really challenge Islam. But when you really think about it, it's almost like he's right. The only other guy that I can see challenging Islam right now is Arman Sarukian, and possibly Bilal. But I don't think him and Bilal would ever fight. Just because Bilal is bigger and he's got good wrestling, so I think just the size difference. But with Sarukian is similar to Topuria in the way that he's good all around. But the difference between Sarukian and Topuria is that Topuria is better striker. Like, Topuria possibly is the best boxer in the UFC, and he's also one of the best grapplers in the UFC, which is insane. Like, definitely, in my opinion, the most well-rounded fighter in the UFC. Islam's also very well-rounded, but Islam's not one of the best strikers in the UFC. He's just got good striking. Whereas Topuria is like, he's good in all aspects of the fight. So if Islam beats Arman Tsarukyan, I think Topuria is the next guy up, and possibly the only guy that could actually challenge him. Which is insane to say, because Topuria hasn't defended the belt even once yet. I mean, he's about to this weekend. I think he's going to beat Max Holloway. But, man, it's interesting. Like, you just can't help but watch him speak and how confident he is in himself and just be like, you know what? I think I believe this guy. Like, he just has that energy about him. It's impressive, man, but he also backs it up. Like, he is good everywhere that the fight goes. And that just shows how hard this guy works. Like he said, his preparation for these fights, it's impeccable. Those were his words. In MMA, how complex the MMA is, if you're going to be that good in the boxing, the jiu-jitsu, the wrestling, your conditioning, if you're going to be good in all these different ranges of the fight that are all so important, to be dominant in all aspects like he is, it just shows his insane work ethic. You cannot be dominant in all these different aspects without having an insane work ethic. Super impressive, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm excited for the Islam Tsarukyan fight because I think that Tsarukyan could actually get it done just because his grappling is so good. And he's got insane flexibility. He's got some good high kicks. That's going to be a good fight. But I don't know if has enough to beat Islam, in my opinion. I think Islam's still better. I think he's still going to win. But I think Topuria actually has a chance. I think Topuria has the chance to beat him. He's shorter, but that's okay. I think he could get it done. And I wish that Bilal and Islam would fight, even though they train together, because that would be an amazing fight to see. But yeah, very interesting, man. UFC, it's a great time to be a UFC fight fan because you have all these new up-and-coming guys, right? Volk's gone. Well, not gone, but he doesn't have the belt anymore. Izzy doesn't have the belt anymore. Who else was in that? There's someone else that I'm missing. I don't know. But a lot of these old-timers who were dominating the sport for a while, who we all loved to watch fight, now Sean O'Malley, same with him. All these guys are pretty much... Well, Sean O'Malley is not a veteran, but these guys are not washed, but they're not leading the UFC anymore. You got Topuria, you got Diego Lopez, you got Duplessis, you got Tom Aspinall. Like, there is new faces of the fight game, Shama, and it's exciting, man. But I love these guys like Topuria who are just not afraid to put their opinions out there. Like, it's so good for the sport, especially when you have the guys like McGregor that go out there and do exactly what they say they were going to do. But yeah, we'll see this weekend, man. A lot of the hate that Topuria is getting is that he talks so recklessly about himself when he hasn't even defended the belt once. But McGregor did the same thing, and when you look back at McGregor, the legend status of McGregor is that he was calling what he was going to do when he was just a young lad in the UFC. Before he had done anything, he said, I'm going to get that belt. I'm going to throw a right hook and level this guy and knock him out in 5 seconds. Well, you know, whatever it was. He was calling all these things before he did it, then he would go out there and do it. And he was getting hate too, like, this guy's so full of himself. But then when you look back, it was like he did it. And that's why he's a legend. And Topuria, I'm sure, saw McGregor do that and was like, I'm going the same route. I'm going to call it, and then I'm going to go out there and do it. And then I'm going to become a legend. Of course, you're going to get a lot of hate before you do it. But when you do it, nobody can say shit because you called it and then you did it. Yeah. Very interesting. You could tell that Topuria takes a lot of inspiration from McGregor. He even has a lot of the same tattoos. Let me pull. Let's see. Try to pull up their tattoos. Topuria, McGregor tattoos. Like, bro, they look damn near the same. Check this out. Like, you can't tell me bro's not looking up to McGregor, man. And their chest tattoos. Yeah. He definitely loves him some McGregor, but that's okay. I love McGregor too. Everyone should love McGregor. I mean, he changed the sport forever. He's an absolute legend, but yeah. Anyways, guys, yeah, drop your predictions. What do you think is going to happen? You think Topuria is going to beat Max? Sarukian versus Islam, who wins that? And if Topuria and Islam ever match up, who do you think wins that? I'm curious. Comment down below, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. UFC this weekend. Peace.